Welcome into the GEICO 15. GEICO, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save. And to break down round one of the PGA Championship, welcome in CBS Sports golf analyst Mark Immelman and Doug Bell, who join us from Kiowa Island, both on the course on Thursday. Mark, double barrel question here. How would you describe the conditions there at the Ocean course in round one? And how was Corey Connors able to get to the top of the leaderboard?
Well, to your first question, Hakeem, the course was kind of what we were all expecting because in the practice rounds 1, 2, and 3, this easterly wind sort of wreaked havoc with the place, and the golf course is playing so punitive. And Kerry Haig, the tournament director, he set the course up very fairly, I thought. They shaved like 200 yards or so off the total yardage. And so the golf course was attackable if you hit quality shots. But if you hit some poor shots, you were going to get penalized. As far as the wind went, it was difficult in the morning, sort of in the 10 to 15 mile an hour range. But in the afternoon, just seemed to die ever so slightly. So the afternoon wave got a little bit of a better time of it, I felt like. And to Corey Connors, I'll be honest, I did not see 67 out here, 5 under par. I figured 69.3 was going to be a really good score. But to shoot 5 under par, make just 1 bogey, 6 birdies, I mean, that was like pulling rabbits out of hats around here to me.
And Mark, we know Corey Connors is a great ball striker, one of the best in the world. So that part of the game doesn't surprise me, but his putting really woke up today. I mean, here's a guy who is 86th in overall putting on the PGA Tour. He's 114th in strokes gained putting. So this was really an anomaly. 121 feet of putts for Corey Connors, 27 total putts. So he did it on the greens today. We'll see if he can do it in back-to-back days. And oh, by the way, how tough was the golf course? The #1 player in the world, Dustin Johnson, shoots 76. That tells me it was pretty darn tough.
Yeah, it was, and we've got a log jam at second, at a 6-way tie for second at 3 under. That includes Victor Hovland, Doug's pick to win, and 2-time PGA champ Brooks Koepka. Koepka still playing through pain in his right knee. Said he's months away from being 100%. Had a procedure on his knee in March. Missed the cut in his past 2 events. Doug, you walked with Koepka's group. He opened with a double bogey on the par 4 10th, and then he settled in. What did you see from him in the opening round?
Well, it was in the 60s, and for 6 consecutive PGA Championships, he's opened in the 60s, and that breaks the record. Jack Nicklaus opened at the Masters from 72 to 76 in the 60s. So Koepka loves the PGA Championship. He's won it twice, but what I saw in Brooks Koepka is a guy who was last in putting a week ago at the AT&T Byron Nelson, dead last, misses the cut, and now today he's 4th in strokes gained putting, hit like 90 feet of putts. So Mark, somewhere, some way, these guys, they can find it. Koepka found the putting stroke.
Well, to that, he had his putting coach, Jeff Pierce, out here, and so they've obviously done some productive work. What I saw with Brooks today was that major championship demeanor and mindset. Yeah. He's shown us over recent seasons when he had all those victories. He starts the day with a double bogey, I believe it was on the first, yes. And from there just dug in. It was resilient, it was resolute. He seemed determined, and playing alongside Justin Thomas and Rory McIlroy. It was one of those megawatt groups, and Rory was the favorite coming in, and it just seemed to me like Brooks once again had the chip on the shoulder, if you will, and he found a way to make some pars at times. He scrambled when he needed to. He didn't drive the ball very well, which is going to be crucial around here if he wants to be a factor over the weekend. But the iron game was great, but the big one, the 15th club, to me was the big deal.
And like Brooks Koepka, Rory is a 2-time PGA champion. He entered this week as the favorite, coming off a win at the Wells Fargo Championship. Carded a 3 over 75 in round 1. Had 6 bogeys on Thursday. Consider he had 7 bogeys all week when he won here at the Ocean course back in 2012. Mark, Rory not really helping himself with the driver. What stood out to you?
Well, yeah, he was battling the driver a little bit, but here's what it is. When he won at Quail Hollow a few weeks ago, I had him in round 1, and he drove the ball horribly. And then the following morning, the Friday morning, and he sort of scrambled his way to 1 over par. Friday morning, got out then, was sublime, played his way back into the tournament. The way this golf course is setting up, he knows this. He's won around here, so if he gets out, puts together a decent round tomorrow afternoon, gets back into things, you don't know what's likely to happen over the weekend. But to that, to me, the key was the mindset and the putting at Quail. The putter wasn't as sharp. I know the driver wasn't there, Doug, but he needs to make a few more putts if he wants to be a factor.
And how about these numbers, guys? Rory McIlroy since 2015 in major championships. In the opening round, he's 35 over par. Rounds 2 through 4, major championships since 2015, he's 62 under par. So something's going on with the opening round with Rory, and he struggled mightily today. Listen, I think being this far back, I think he and a guy like Justin Thomas, I think they're behind the 8 ball. They needed to get off to a better start.
Indeed they did. Time now for the GEICO 15-second statement. Give us a bold statement for the rest of the weekend there at Kiawah Island. Doug, start with you. What do you have for us?
Well, Phil Mickelson, man, he played great on that second 9, 4 under par, and he's at 2 under par after the opening round. Everybody's excited. I was excited after he shot that incredible round at Wells Fargo in the opening round. Of course, he followed it up with an over par round. I don't think Phil Mickelson's going to make the cut, unfortunately. Listen, I'm rooting for him, but I just don't think a 50-year-old playing late in the afternoon, getting up early, and turning it right around can do the same thing. So I think Phil's going to miss the cut.
I'll take that action. I'm going with Corey Connors extending his 2-stroke lead through 2 rounds. And the reason why I'm going here, he's a flusher, he hits the ball beautifully, and he's so reliable. Played the par 5s 4 under par today, which is kind of the soft underbelly of this beast of a golf course. But he's out tomorrow morning. The wind should be a little lighter. You'll have fresh greens. And then the forecast is for the winds to proliferate and blow a little harder in the afternoon. So I feel like with a 2-stroke lead, he extends that to 3 and sets himself up for a big weekend.
He started the day thinking, why not me? Why not? Why not Corey Connors leading the way after round 1 at the PGA Championship? Mark Immelman, Doug Bell breaking it down for us here on CBS Sports HQ. Thank you, men. And hey, you can watch 3rd and 4th round coverage of the PGA Championship on CBS beginning 1 Eastern on Saturday and Sunday. And also watch on CBSSports.com, the CBS Sports app, and streaming live on Paramount+. We'll have post-round analysis right here on CBS Sports HQ. And for more awesome golf content, join Rick Gehman and his crew on the First Cut podcast. You get tournament previews, including DFS picks and analysis. You'll also get round-by-round reaction to each PGA Tour event. The First Cut podcast. Download and subscribe today.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.